right, guys, now we're going to move on to converting measurement, because sometimes you will get a measurement and you will need to figure out how to convert it. And I gave you the example of, and we'll talk about it in a second, is that if I'm 69 inches tall, what I need to do to convert that, because you don't tell people you're 69 inches tall. You say you're 5 feet 9 inches. We'll talk about that in a second. But the first thing I want to show you on here is how in the process to convert. This is difficult. So if you struggle with this lesson, that's okay. This is usually something that I take days on, we do small group on, and all that kind of stuff. So this is just an overview. Try your best. And if you don't get this 100%, you're okay. So over here, I wrote what the conversions are for the different measurements that we kind of talked about, right? So I talked about how a foot, 1 foot, or the length of a ruler is 12 inches. Then I talked about in the last video about how a yard stick is 3 feet, or 3 of these rulers. Another way you could say that, and you can see it on here when I hold it up, it's also 36 inches. And so I could say that a yard is 3 feet. I could also say that a yard is 36 inches. And then the last thing that I wrote down here is that a mile, which is another way that we measure length in the customary system. So when we drive on the freeway and we want to measure how far something is, we do it in miles. So that 1 mile is 5,280 feet. Now when you see these numbers, 3, 12, 36, 5,280, now you kind of realize about how I say the customary system is a little more difficult because it doesn't use round numbers like tens and hundreds to measure things. So today what you're going to do is you are going to need to convert different measurements, and I did an example here. So for instance, on this chart, you're going to convert feet into inches. Now you understand that a foot is 1 foot, and then more than one would be feet. So that's why I kind of changed back with the tenths on that. Now the big rule when you convert measurement is when you are going from a bigger unit of measurement to a smaller unit of measurement, you are going to multiply. A bigger unit of measurement, because a yard is bigger than a foot, you're going to multiply. A yard is bigger than inches, so you're going to multiply. A mile is longer or bigger than a foot, so you are going to multiply. That's really all I want to focus on today. I'm just going to say this so it can just kind of sink in. If you go from a bigger form of measurement to a smaller unit or form of measurement and you're multiplying, if you do the opposite, you would divide. Right, we're not going to get into that today, but if I was going in from inches to feet, I would divide. Feet to yards, I would divide. Inches to yards, divide. Feet to miles, divide. But today the whole focus on this is actually going from that bigger unit of measurement to the smaller unit by multiplying. So let's look at this chart. It says if you have 1 foot, how many inches would that be? Well, if I look over in the chart, I see that 1 foot equals 12 inches, right? So I can write the 12 here because it says so. But I really want you to understand what you're doing. What you're really doing is you're multiplying that 1 foot times 12 to get the 12 inches. The next one, notice how we multiply by 12 there because that's inches. You do the same down here. If you have 2 feet, how many inches is it going to be? Well, if I look here, it doesn't say 2 feet. What am I supposed to do? I know that I'm going to multiply by 12 and it will be 24 inches. How about this one? 5 feet. Well, I know if I multiply by 12, that'll be 60. I'm just doing the math in my head. Now over here on your page that you're going to do today, there's going to be this column. And all it's asking you is to show what is that conversion you're doing. And it will show you an example. You're going from 1 foot to 12 inches. Over here, you're going from 2 feet to 24 inches. And down here, you're going from 5 feet to 60 inches. Those are equal or equivalent to each other. So I'm going to give you another video down below where I show a couple examples from the book so that you can see it. This is also written on the blog, and I really, really hope that you pull it up as you do it. I think it's also on the workbook pages so that you can see these. And every example that I looked at today seemed to go from the bigger form of measurement to the smaller form of measurement. Now, just to show you how my question is about what I would do is I'm going to erase this for a second. I am 69 inches tall. So, I am 69 inches, and I'm saying that I want to go to feet. And that's how I'm going to convert it. So, I'm going from inches to feet. I can't multiply, can I? It's only if I go from feet to inches that I multiply. I'm going to actually need to go this direction and divide. I'm dividing by 12 because that's my conversion rate. So I am going to divide 69 by 12. Let's do our Corbin way of dividing, my favorite. How many times does 12 go into 6? 0. 12 times, it does not. Bring that down, then I bring up the 6 and I bring it here to my number 69. I know 12 times 5 is 60 and I have 9 left over. That tells me I am 5 feet tall and I have 9 inches. That's the symbol for inches, or I can write inches. Inches. Another way of writing that, and I was doing the symbol when I first started it, is that I would say I'm 5 feet, 9 inches tall. So I'm going to send the next video, and it's going to be just me using the document camera and doing 2 examples so you can see them in the book to help you. Okay? Hope this helps.